The first month of 2026 has definitely been a slow one in the real estate market. And today we'll dive into the stats in the Bay of Quinte and Prince Edward County to see exactly what the start of the year had in store for us. The first month of this year has been a historically cold and snowy month, which led to a historically illiquid real estate market. Buyers who didn't have to go out looking at homes put their search on hold to stay inside in the warmth. That didn't stop sellers coming to the market, however, as new listings continue to rise. Time to look at the actual numbers to see how bad the market was in January. Starting with Belleville, active listings are up 13% from last year, with 217 active listings on the market at the end of January. We only saw 34 sales, down 23% from last year, and the lowest sales volume we've seen since 2013 in Belleville, equating to 6.4 months of inventory, indicating a buyer's market in Belleville. Median price came in at $459,000. While this is the lowest January we've seen since 2020, it's only down about 2.5% from last year. In Quinte West, we're seeing a very similar trend. Active listings are at their highest levels since 2015, currently sitting at 224, up 14% from last year. We saw the lowest number of sales since January of 2014 with just 30 transactions happening, down 17% from last year. This imbalance between active listings and sold listings equates to about 7.5 months of inventory, signaling a buyer's market in Quinte West, just like Belleville. Median price in Quinte West dropped to $420,000, down 20% from last year, and just like Belleville, the lowest January we've seen since 2020. In Prince Edward County, the theme of elevated active listings continues, with 336 active listings, 14% more than we saw last year. There were only 17 sales in the month of January, down a whopping 43% from last January, leaving the county with almost 20 months of inventory. Following the trend of the other two markets, the bulk of the transactions happening are lower priced homes, with median sale price sitting at $530,000, down 5% from last January. Now, all these numbers seem bad, really bad, but we have to take this small sample size with a grain of salt and really take into account how severe the weather really was. The optimist in me thinks that this is just simply pent-up demand that will come back to the market as the weather improves, but as it stands right now, only the most sharply priced homes are gaining traction, with the rest being left behind, as supply heavily outweighs demand. Thanks for watching this week's real estate update, and see you next week.